You know, last week's vlog wasn't that bad. To give myself credit, I have developed a better vlogging voice and I'm starting to film a lot more. But I do think there are still a lot of inefficiencies in my process. So I think that I can improve this a lot more. To be completely honest, last week I wanted to quit. This is partially due to the fact that there was just too much chaos in the whole process. There was no real focus for the week. I was like, let me film this, let me film that. And yeah, all the stuff I'm filming does technically document my life. But at the same time, 75% of the footage ends up being thrown out because either it doesn't make sense or it's completely redundant. In addition, I usually don't know what I'm gonna say before I turn on the camera. So my plan is to work smarter, not harder, and develop a better process. So with all this said, I was thinking, if I'm gonna be editing all these random clips of me speaking into a much more coherent thought, why not just write something and then at the end of every night, just read it to the camera? So essentially, I'm just building a formula for success. So I'm gonna have my thoughts, footage that shows the environment, tracked progress, and random events, and essentially that's gonna give me a perfectly documented life. Or it's completely redundant. What'd you think?
It was very concise, clear, very perfectly documented.
This is the first time Brian's ever seen my vlog.
I'm a new subscriber. You got me hooked. I'll watch a 30-second ad for that.
Right on. You know, the truth is none of us are getting any older. A good conversation starter I like to use is, when did you realize you grew up? For me, it was last year. It wasn't because of one event, but many that compounded and eventually shifted my mindset to way more serious. The inner child simply started to slip away and disappear. So the good student I am, I went and Googled what this was, and the advice was to not fight it, but to try to make the child happy. I remember my younger self basically would say fuck it to people's opinions, and he would do things just because he wanted to do them. It seems as I've gotten older, I've tended to forget this, as do many people around this age. In addition to this rapid aging process, I started to fall into a bit of a quarter life crisis. The question I began asking myself was, who is Zach? What are his passions, his aspirations, and his tastes? It was during Thanksgiving break that I found clarity and discovered a much bigger image of who I was and wanted to be. And that's why I set out to document my life, because that's what the child would have wanted. Day 3 in 4095, no fucking idea what's going on. So Michael and I tend to have no idea past fucking every class we've been in, no idea how to do any of the math. Right, Mikey?
Correct.
This thought I came up with today, it was like the whole morning I was just distracted. I just have to share it. It's a bit about time travel. Okay, so I've actually come up with a clear vision of what I want to do with this whole thing. And I suck at explaining things, so I'm gonna do the best I can to explain it. Like if I'm texting you, you know, I sound like Aristotle, but if we're talking in real life, I sound like Patrick Star, which is why I write things. The best way to describe what I'm doing at this point is that it's almost like a time machine. This is where everything's gonna start to get real trippy. Last year, around the same time, I got a 360 camera and a really cheap VR headset. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to set that up in like a chair or something at some key event in my life? And then many years from now, just pop on the headset and relive the entire experience. Or, you know, one day I could give it to one of my kids and be like, this is exactly what it looked like when I was around your age. It's a very strange thing to think about, that as I'm vlogging, it's almost like it is time travel, in that I can go backwards in time and see who I was. I was talking to my friend earlier today, and I was thinking about how the older videos allow me to travel back in time in the future. And I was thinking that, yeah, I can interact with my past self, but I can't really interact with my future self in the present. But that's when it dawned on me that as I write things and leave a footprint, he's literally watching, and that shit's so trippy. This whole thing it's so strange to think about, but the thought of it is what keeps me going. This is essentially a gift for my future self, which is awesome. Perplexing indeed. I don't know why I wrote that, but it's very perplexing. This is definitely gonna be a lot more whack once I get my 360 camera, and then to be able to step into these random moments in VR. This one's a rather quick update, but I was in the library and I was just so distracted. That made me come back to my realization of one of my bigger goals, which is to become more present. So last year I slipped into this trap where I would have my head in the clouds. So I'd be thinking about goals that are years and years away and things that are completely out of my control. And it was just really distracting. And I ended up just not doing as much work as I usually would. So for this year and many years to come, my goal is to become present. I have dabbled in meditation before, but it wasn't really all in. It was more of just doing it to do it. But I realized that I needed to learn how to meditate better. So I went ahead and downloaded Headspace this week, and I've been just doing it, and it's actually been helping me. Another thing that I've been working on is focusing on things that I need to do today to achieve those goals that are many years from now, or not worrying about things that are out of my control.
You could get the maximum number of jobs.
So you
You automatically take the first one.
Okay, so this finishes at 10 o'clock, okay.
Yes.
So you take this one, this one, this one, this one, this one.
Yes. So so there might be several optimal solutions.
Yeah.
Like this. This is what I figured out. Look. Hell yeah!
Now you can look smart. I just explained to Chris my theory on time travel. Time travel. It's coming out of the elevator and a fucking dog ran in. Scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. This is a form of procrastination. I'm supposed to be doing my homework right now, but then I was lying on this couch and it got really comfortable and I was learning about linear regressions, and then I fucking fell asleep. And then I got up and did some more and I was like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I started doing another homework assignment and they're making us use this really complicated IDE, and I was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. So I fucking was playing around with YouTube's live streaming thing and one person was watching. I have no idea why. All of a sudden it hit me that I wanted to talk to the camera for a bit because I was talking on stream, and I was like, wow, I actually kind of enjoy just spewing words to the camera. This is scriptless right now, by the way. And then another thing I was wondering today, why are people allowed to drive their mopeds on pedestrian walkways? Like, I've heard multiple stories about people getting hit by them. People are driving that shit at like 40 miles per hour and there's people everywhere. So it's so dangerous. I almost got hit by a scooter today, not a moped, but a scooter. Yeah, that's my 2 cents for the night. I turned the camera back on because I have more words to spew at you. I don't know, this feels really natural talking right now. No idea why. It just does. But I'm gonna go out and say it. I want to build my personal brand. I've always wanted to for about a year and a half now. I tried to in like the beginning of high school, even though I didn't even know what a personal brand was. I'm at that point where I kind of want to just start speaking like this and getting followers and stuff. I kind of want 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Hopefully that trickles to my Instagram a bit. But I think I'm gonna go for it. And I like talking to the camera. It's very therapeutic for me. I definitely think writing a script in the beginning helped because now I can organize my thoughts in my head. This feels like pillow talk right now, if anyone knows what the fuck that is. What am I saying? Yeah, well, my roommate left his key here today. And I was like, oh shit, why is he not here without his key? But bear in mind, I just woke up from my fat nap. And I was like, oh my God, am I gonna find him dead in the closet? So I opened the closet, he wasn't there. He's not dead. He was alive. Oh, one more. I got some cool ass hair product. This looks like a fucking commercial. I got some Pete and Pedro. I got all their stuff. I got some putty so I can stop using that cheap ass CVS bullshit that's probably giving my hair cancer. It's Friday, just finished the first leg day. Oh wait, I mean it's the only leg day, what the fuck am I saying? But it's about 7 o'clock. I had to leave my apartment at 6. It's cold, but I'm warm right now, if that makes any sense. It's like 20 degrees out. See y'all later. Before I grab my pizza, I was thinking about how can I constantly improve these videos, and I was thinking, what if I provided some value on the first day part of the video, so Monday or Sunday, something like that, where I just give some advice on stuff that I have had success with. So one of them could be how to get an internship as a underclassman, or how to invest in the stock market, or how to make habits, stuff that I've done well with. And then if they choose to watch the rest of the video, then that's cool with me.